With so much content whizzing around out there, there's only one storytelling platform that helps you keep calm and stay informed and inspired. Flipboard. Yes, I am talking about Flipboard. Hello, I am Big Sam, here to introduce you to Flipboard. Flipboard curates the world's stories so you can be smarter in your work, life, and play. You can choose from thousands of topics to personalize Flipboard and get the latest stories from the best publishers, experts delivered to you 24/7. That's right, every day of the week delivered to you. When you see stories that you want to save or share, tap the plus button to add them to your private or public collections. Yo, it's that simple. Used by millions of people every day, Flipboard is how people move themselves and the world forward. Get started right now at flipboard.com. FLIPBOARD.com. And for my veterans, I spell Foxtrot, Lima, India, Papa, Bravo, Oscar, Alpha, Romeo, Delta.com. That is flipboard.com. You can get started right now. Wait a minute. After you finish listening to my podcast.
Shout out Big Sam Presents with a Z. Mad respect for the veterans. And you're damn right. Keep it diverse until they get triggered. $15. Little man. Put that shit in my hand. From New York to Japan. Stay with the band. Shout out. Keep listening to Big Sam's. Rah!
What's up, everybody? This is your homie Big Sam, your host, your guy. To some, I'm just a annoying dude, and to another, I'm a cool dude. So, to the ones that think I'm cool, this bud's for you. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. I didn't even give you a chance to respond. But you know what? I can't hear you. You want to know why I can't hear your response? Because you have yet to download the Anchor app and send me a voice message. Yes, you people. I need you people. It's so funny. Every time I hear, when I hear people say that, my mind I just want to mess with a person when I hear a person say that. So me saying it is just a little funny, and I hear myself. Yeah, I need you people to go ahead and download the Anchor app and leave me some voice messages, and we need to start talking to each other and interacting more. Now, I get that the whole month of November, I didn't release a single new episode, and quote unquote, some of my fan base may have fallen off. It's cool. I ain't worried about that, because every week someone new hears my show. So for you, whoever you are, whoever you is, if you're listening on the Anchor.fm platform, you have the ability to download the app or sign up on your computer. No charge. You can put a fake email address if you want to. That way you don't get any email responses. But the point is, I want you to sign up and use the feature that will allow you to send me a voice message. As well as, at some point, you might want to come on my podcast and do a show with me. What better way to do it by you signing up with Anchor, and that way you can control your end of your audio. And should you decide to start podcasting, you'll already be set up and good to go. Yesterday, or should I say, last night, December 12th, I was invited to the studio to do a little bit of video shooting for a young lady and her band, Bethany Davis and the Southside Boys. Now, I'm going to tell the story of how this happened, and I did not ask her permission. So if you're listening, Bethany, thank you for listening. That's so dope. You're so dope. And I'm just going to ask for forgiveness when I see you. Okay? I'm just telling you straight up. I'm asking for forgiveness, not for permission. Hey, it is what it is. It's all good. So for almost a week, I have been contemplating reaching out to Bethany. Now, let me back up. My contemplation has grown stronger over the past week, maybe week and a half. But I have been wanting to work with this young lady specifically on marketing and social media presence. It's something about Bethany Davis. Something about her personality. Like, she, no matter where she goes, she is the life of the party. Literally. Even if she's not trying, it's just, she commands that kind of attention. And she's so bubbly and lively. Now, it's hard for me to keep up with her in conversation because she's talking like 17 conversations at one time, and my brain just, it don't know how to handle it. And I'm just weird like that. We've never had a falling out, which I don't have problems with falling out. I don't have problems with bumping heads with people. I like it. It's good. It's healthy for us. Because if the relationship is always peaches and creams and lily-filled, in my opinion, it is not a good relationship. That's just how my brain has been trained. Now I'm adjusting and learning to embrace all the good stuff. Take the path of least resistance. I don't need to have turmoil or contention. I don't require that to live. I'm, again, slowly learning and embracing this. This whole year, we never really just sat down and like talked. I would see her in passing from me going to different little, venues downtown, and every once in a while participating in open jams around town. I hate that freaking term when it comes to music, jam. That's just, ugh. But anyway, it's cool. But we never really just sat down and just had a conversation. I've played behind her with an actual gig once. She invited me to come out and play, sub in, fill in. She had an out-of-town gig at Folly Beach, South Carolina, and I swear on my life, that gig, literally, since I moved back to Georgia December 16th or 19th, somewhere in the middle of December of 2015. Bought my house February 2016. Moved 15, bought it 16. Since I moved back to Georgia, literally, she provided the best. Was it the best? No, top three of the best gigs. I don't know which one was the actual. Yeah, I kind of do, but anyway, and I loved it. When I tell you, that woman, when she walked into that venue at Folly Beach, like I walked in, I was in front of her, bringing in my gear, and I heard someone say, "Oh my God, who is that? Is that the band? The band is here?" And then when she walked in, them folks cheered and applauded. When she walked in, like the bar stopped, cheered. Yay, Bethany! Woo! Whistles and all of that shit. I haven't seen that since my time living around Nashville. It's been a long time. And the people, they didn't just welcome Bethany. They welcomed all four of us. Four of us went. Bethany Davis, her main guitarist, Keith Peterson, young guy, like early 20s, but that dude his mind musically is beyond his generation. Taylor Swan, this young man, whew, he can play anything that's a string instrument. He was playing bass, but his primary instruments is like mandolin. He's pursuing a career in pedal steel, and he's been playing guitar for God knows how long, but he played bass. Man, that dude there, woo-wee. You know, for myself, it's like some basses. I think that every guitarist can play bass because it's the same fucking thing. It's just a different octave or whatever. That's just how my brain thinks. But let me back up. Every guitarist should be able to get on a bass and play notes. That don't mean that every guitarist can play bass. But that dude got a little swag on him when he played bass. I wouldn't mind having him on bass because the dude, he's solid. Now I know that's not his primary instrument, Okay, I'm venturing off into some other stuff. But she brought a nice group of people, nice cool little group of people. We went down there and we played that gig. It was super, 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 super dope. It was extra dope, right? Moving forward, over the summertime, I was just watching her and things from a distance, and it hit me like I have a strong desire. I have a very, very strong desire to support women in business. Naturally, I'm a musician, so naturally I do levitate or lean towards the music side of the game or the entertainment side of business. But I do cater or favor working with women. So I have been wanting to, or trying to figure out a way for myself to get my video game. I do videos, and I just bought a dope little camera, and I just turned the joker on, push record, push stop, go back to the crib. I might cut a couple seconds off or a minute off or whatever and put a little graphic up, and that's it. I don't do any extensive editing and things of that nature. It's just not in my brain. It's just not the creative part of me. I am doing things to explore that side, but I wanted to find a young lady, actually more than one, to promote on social media. So I had been contemplating Miss Bethany, and there's a black young lady in the area that I work at. I got to play behind her a couple weekends ago, and I reached out to her a couple times, but we just haven't necessarily clicked yet in time of what happened. So over the past week and a half, I've been having this very strong desire to ask Miss Bethany, can I interview her for a podcast? So also over the past week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I have listened to this young lady named Abraham Hicks off of YouTube. And in one of the videos that I listened, she was talking to someone, and she was saying, you got to get into a receptive mode and act on your impulses and your feelings. If you're asking the universe for certain things, or the source, and when you're in a receptive mode, when you're not thinking about it, not, putting resistance on it, there's going to be a point where the source is going to give you an intuition or a feeling that you need to act on. So Tuesday, I was contemplating, man, should I hit this woman up? We don't really talk. I'm a real relationship dude. I like real, genuine, strong friendships. And I'm learning slowly but surely, in the very much hard way, that in the area that I live in, the CSRA, they don't do that shit down here. They don't believe in genuine friendships where you're honest, you open, you over communicate. If you have an issue, you don't just fall out forever. You try to dialogue. If you can't resolve it, give a little bit of time, a day or two, and you try to continue to move forward. You know what I'm saying? We come from different perspectives, but for whatever reason, if we all don't agree with you, and not Bethany, just in general, like if I don't agree with the other person, then they just get all in their feelings and they just stop talking. Like, that's just the rule of thumb in the CSRA. It is the fucking most annoying, pettiest, stupidest, dumbest, ignorant bullshit I've ever heard in my life or witnessed in my life. But that is the Augusta way. You have one misunderstanding. It could be the most minute misunderstanding, and these people literally will have a hissy fit and stop fucking with you. And some will go to the extent of making videos talking shit about you on Facebook. Like, that's how petty the whole area is. All right. Now, when I talk, I am boisterous, but I'm not upset. I assure you I'm not upset. So in my contemplation, I was thinking, I know Bethany is cut from a different cloth. A little bit of time that I've been able to be around her, like where it's not music, I honestly believe that she is a genuinely cool person. Not the most culturally diverse person. She'll say some shit that's like, the fuck you just say? But then you just gotta remember, I kind of put things in context, like, okay, all right, so I'm gonna chill out, you know what I'm saying? Not that I get upset about stuff, it's just like, damn. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But overall, I have never witnessed her intentionally try to hurt people. I don't be around her a lot. I've never had any bad encounters with her. People I've been associated with may have, but they ain't got shit to do with me. I ain't never had no bad encounter with her. The one gig I played, she provided transportation. She paid me and got me back home safe. And it was cool. Whenever she needs something from me, if she needs something from me, she asks. If I could do it, I do it. And it's cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind, hanging out and all that other shit, but that's not insignificant. So I got the urge to hit her up, and I'm like, what do I say? How do I approach this shit? Any other time, it wouldn't be nothing. But I'm also very, very cognizant and very aware of the people the circles that she moves around. And I've intentionally moved over the past, since I moved back to Georgia, my business moves has been strategic to where I do not require or need a cosign from anybody, especially from the quote-unquote locals or the legends in the CSRA. Everything that I want to do, I want to build strictly off of my credibility and my consistency. Now, in the midst of that, I haven't been consistent. I just say that 100%. I have not been consistent. But even in my inconsistencies, I have been consistent. And that's allowed me to move in the way that I am or whatever. So I just said, fuck it. And I shot her a text message. I'm trying to pull it up now. Shot her a text message yesterday. And I said, hey, what's up? This is Big Sam. Man, interview you on my podcast and or vlog. She said, interesting you would ask. I'd have loved to and was thinking of inviting you to the studio tomorrow Eve to shoot a video for a promo for the album I will record. Would you be interested in that? Girl, yeah, come on. You ain't got to ask no more questions. Heck yeah. Perfect timing. I acted on the impulse and the feeling. I reached out to her. We haven't set up the podcast date yet. I went out there last night to the studio. First time ever going to the spot that it was at, post recording or post studio, downtown Augusta, Georgia. Met the I believe he's the owner. I know he's the engineer. I believe he's the owner. I want to say his name is Jeff. Excuse me. But first time meeting, we didn't really talk much. He was doing his thing, doing my thing, whatever. It's cool. Her whole band came. Thomas Reed on drums. I met that guy again when I first moved down here. I met him at a music store some years ago. Tried to connect with him. It didn't necessarily happen. It's all good, Tried again later on. It didn't really happen. It's all good. I never spoke anything bad about him. I like the cat. Dude, dope. I mean, he echelons way better than I would ever be. You know what I mean? Literally, he just is. That dude lives, breathes, drums, and music. I don't. Super extra dope. Super dope cat. And then Deverin, I don't remember his last name. I think it's Roof. I don't want to be wrong. Plays bass. Man, this dude, I got to sit and just watch him play. And when he plays, my interpretation of him playing is he becomes one with the music to the point that his body becomes the music. You can see his breaths. I've watched it on my camera. He breathes the notes. It is such a magnificent and magical thing to watch Deverin play. Now when he's playing, he's doing his thing. But his body, it's like his playing is doing one thing and his body is doing something else, but it brings the whole portrait together. And it's just magical. And the different expressions, and watch how he keeps his timing with his shoulders. and his breaths. And depending on when he's trying to explore, he turns his head to the side and he kind of dips his body down. And if depending on how exploratory he gets, determines where his feet and legs are. He might put his right foot on top of his left ankle, and his ankle is bent toward the left, toward the ground. I'm not trying to be on the stalker stuff. It's just, it was magical watching this cat play bass like in person. So the overall experience was extra dope. I was able to put a camera in the room where Thomas Reed was playing, Bethany Davis and Southside Boys drummer. Got some footage of the overall band just interacting, and it reminded me of when I used to frequent the studio way more often than what I do these days, and just hearing how every like reflecting, and just I find myself comparing a lot of different things from my past experiences recording in different states and different cities and things, and just listen to the terminology. And I said it yesterday. I said, y'all say plug in Augusta, but like in Nashville, they say punch in. Just punch me in. Bethany was like, yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, technically, punching is probably the technical term, but it's the same thing. And it really is. It's like, I wasn't trying to be petty. It was just, it's been a while since I've been in the recording studio with some musicians that actually know how to play. And you ain't got to go in there and teach them every fucking thing before you start recording. And you spend 3 hours of the damn studio time trying to teach the music to the musician. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. These cats already knew the music. You know what I'm saying? They were just trying to lock in the feel, the groove, or whatnot. And just listen to the different little terms, how they approach it. It was so damn dope. It was just so dope, man. It was just so cool to experience the creativity. Watching Mr. Keith Peterson, this young dude, it's like 23, 24. And his approach and how he picks up on stuff so fast. Miss Davis walked in the studio in the control room, and she was asking for the time signature, the tempo of the song that they was recording. And Keith was like 101, and she was like, "Are you serious?" He was like, "Yeah, 101." And so they said, "All right, y'all put it at 100." And he started playing. It's like, "Nah, put it back at 101." He could have been joking. He could have been very, very serious. But the fact that he noticed the difference. Not everybody knows the difference between for one beat, you know. Those little things shows that they don't just, they ain't no bar. Well, I mean, I already knew it wasn't a bar band, but like they just cut from a different, they're separate from most other situations that I've been around. It was very encouraging. It was very, very encouraging. And again, to be able to be in an environment with people that ain't just playing for the sake of fucking around and hoping that you get a couple of beers and $5, you know, like they had a purpose. You know, they knew that they was coming in there to do something, and they did it in their own unique way as their creative element is. And I mean, I was just glad to be invited and be able to experience such a thing. And so I'm really looking forward to, hopefully, this not being the last time. I'm putting this out there for the universe. Well, I already talked to the universe, but if Bethany and the Southside Boys hears this, yeah, I'm looking forward to 2019 traveling with Bethany and Southside Boys as they tour North America and the world, and documenting a lot of it for them with the camera, doing some vlogs and helping spread their name on social media. They got a dope element that could be very, very lucrative and do some pretty cool stuff. But it's just something about Miss Bethany Davis that once the circumstances allow for it, I would very much be willing to travel with her and record and just share her creativity and how she just flows through the world and her vibe, and just share it with the world. She's a very interesting, unique young lady, And she has some pretty cool, hold on for a minute. She has some pretty dope perspectives that they're unique. They're very unique. You know, we don't necessarily see eye to eye on everything, which makes it even more beautiful because I don't want to be around a bunch of people that just, yes, Sam. We always need contrast. Every once in a while, a little bit of contrast keeps you in perspectives and helps you enjoy the process and all of that good stuff. So we shall see what happens. I got a plethora of video. I got some video of her singing, got some video of her laughing, got some video of the musicians joking and things of that nature. I have some ideas in my mind on how I want to put it all together once I get the actual recorded, the finished product. But I do want to do some small things, like for the drummer Thomas Reed. I put my Mevo Plus camera in the room where he was playing at. I didn't bring any light because when you record, ambience is a major thing. Sometimes bright rooms can be a little bit distracting, so I didn't bring a light. And with my Mevo camera, if you don't got a lot of light on that joker, it just has this dingy look to it that I don't really care for. And what's even crazier is I recorded everything he did in 4K, but from my opinion, it don't look like no damn 4K. It looked like old cell phone video footage, but we gonna make it do what it does. He's a dope cat. I was able to go on his Facebook page and find one of his graphics. So I'm looking today. I'm gonna piece together a couple of videos of him playing, and then again, once I get the music from Miss Davis from Bethany, put together a whole video. I'm gonna do a couple of videos for them. That's my intention. That's my goal, is to do a couple of videos for them and spread them across social media platforms. So yeah, that is what I was able to do yesterday. Well, the last 48 hours, that's been my experience. So today, matter of fact, in a couple of hours, oh man, I need to go hit up my homie. Today I'm going to shoot a video of a spontaneous pillow fight. There's a young lady that bought an elf suit, and we're going to go to a couple places across the CSRA, and me and a homie going to record her doing a pillow fight with random people. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now that I'm thinking about it even more, okay, I got one camera charged. I need to charge my other camera, and I need to charge my other stand. Oh yeah, I was able to use my gimbal yesterday on my iPhone. I haven't used that thing in a long time, but I'm gonna probably break that out today. So the past couple days have been pretty cool. I didn't necessarily want to become a video producer. I knew that I needed a video production team under my empire, so I started getting all the pieces for that. But I never had the intention or the desire for me to become a video producer. I literally tell myself I can't do it because my brain just doesn't think in a creative way. I don't like the puzzle. Thinking of a puzzle in my head only makes things more convoluted in my head. So I need that thing to be less convoluted as possible. And then again, I also focus more on the bigger picture, the end game, the business side of things. So being pushed in a direction to produce videos for other people has really been helping me. Because a week and a half ago, whatever, like last week sometime, I did a mukbang video in an ASMR series with a young lady, and it's opened up some stuff for me as well. So this is new territory that I'm exploring and embracing and loving it and digging it and all that good stuff. So we shall see what happens, what comes up next, what happens next, and go from there. Again, I'm beyond excited, super, super excited. Thank you for supporting my podcast, Big Sam Presents Raw, where from time to time you will hear ASMR videos. You will hear podcasts of my experiences like you just did over the past 28 minutes. And you just might hear a little bit of comedy. You might hear some inspiration. It's a variety show. I do not stick to one thing. But if you stick around, you're going to get some fruitful things. You're going to get some things that you be able to take from it. So I appreciate you listening in as I reposition myself. I got a little too relaxed in my seat. I got a new boom arm for my microphone. That it's an arm that's mounted on the desk that you might see on radio shows that they use. And it allowed me to sit in my chair in an extremely comfortable manner over the last 28 minutes while I talk to you. So trying to get out of that comfort spot. Ooh, it took a little moment. But thank you again so much for subscribing to my podcast. Thank you for listening to my podcast. This podcast is available. It will be uploaded on YouTube. There won't be any video, but it will be uploaded on YouTube. All my podcasts are being uploaded on YouTube. From time to time, I will use the camera and do it in a vlog format. So if you want to see it, you can find me on YouTube, Big Sam Presents. Instagram, Big Sam Presents. I do post from time to time. Well, I post on IG almost every day, but I am slowly getting into IGTV, bringing things up on the IGTV platform. I do have a Vimeo. Big Sam Presents is that as well. Patreon. I have a Patreon account, Big Sam Presents. I'm going to be using that account for some exclusive stuff, mainly with my ASMR videos. I do ASMR videos with me brushing my hair, my beard, some whispers, and I have started creating my own music loops for ASMR. I have a young lady that she does ASMR videos, and I have assisted her as far as production is concerned. And in the event that we do continue, I plan on offering her some music should she decide to use some. You know, we gotta be strategic with that situation. Nevertheless, options are there. So, again, thank you so much. I probably should start mentioning my sponsors, like Whistle Bamboo Stick. I met them some years ago. They started out building baseball bats out of bamboo. They have several bats that are in the college leagues, as well as the Major League Baseball. They got bats all through there, and bats through the school, little youngsters, school age kids, or whatever. And the guy invented a stick that helps people that golf with their swing. So if your swing is accurate, it'll whistle and let you know. But if your swing isn't accurate, it's not gonna whistle. They have training guides that help you for exercising and stretches. You can go on their YouTube page or their Instagram page and watch those training guides. I sincerely need to get on that stuff. Like, I've been procrastinating my butt off. But yeah, shout out to them. Also to Flipboard. Yo, full honesty, I've never signed up for Flipboard. I just know they pay me every time somebody listens to my podcast. So thank you. And then the Anchor FM. Anchor FM used to be so dope. Now it is just so annoying. But hey, it's free. With free service comes free headaches. I just use it as a platform to distribute, and I use Spreaker, Spreaker. If Anchor keeps playing games, well, never mind. I'm not gonna speak negative about them. I use those two to distribute. I'm also on Twitter, Big Sam Presents. You can find me on Snapchat. I believe I'm Big Sam Ho. Snapchat is very childish and pointless to me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on VK, Halanis, Big Sam Presents, TikTok, MeWe, Telegram, WhatsApp, Skype, Tumblr, Reddit, Google Plus, Pinterest, and I'm everywhere. I might not post on all the platforms every single day, but I am there. I am in there like swimwear. Thank you again for listening to my podcast. You can go on iTunes and listen to it. You can go on Breaker, Podomatic, wherever you want to listen to this podcast. Continue to listen and subscribe. I have no problem with you leaving a review. I have no problem with you leaving comments on my social media platforms. Again, if you're listening online, let's go ahead and leave a comment down there. Let's interact there. Are there some subjects that you would like to hear me talk about on this podcast platform? Shoot me a line, shoot me a message. Let's interact. Until next time, love, peace, and wholeness to you all. Looking forward again to Miss Bethany Davis and the Southside Boys doing some more work with those with a dope band and musicians, and just again staying positive, embracing this new journey, or where this journey is taking, the different steps and turns and whatever the case may be. It's just a lot of dopeness that's going on. So I am Big Sam. Till next time, love, peace, wholeness, dopeness. Subscribe. Mad love to you. Wholeness. Hey, and tell yourself this every single day. Look in the mirror, even if you have to. Say it out loud. All things are working out for my good. All things are working out for my good. Everything is working out for my good. Everything is working out for my good. I am Big Sam. One love. Vibe with me.